Hello and welcome. I'm Angela from Stamping Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand, and today I'm going to be creating this card that I did for the Hop Abroad Design team Instagram hop. I'm going to create it from start to finish, but if you don't want to see me die cutting everything, then just skip ahead. So I'm starting with just a basic white card base that I've already folded in half, and then I'm going to emboss this panel here. So I've got a piece of basic white cardstock, and just bring in my machine to do that. Sadly, my embossing folder came to a little sticky end, so I've just popped a little bit of washi tape there and it's working perfectly. So that's an easy fix if you have the same problem. So I'm just going to pop that in there, put that onto here and run it through. You've always got to make sure you pop the folded end first through. Just run that through. And as you can see, came out perfectly, so it's always good. Then I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of this. Just get plenty of those on there so it holds well. Take all those backs off. And then pop that on there so it's nice and even. And then I'll set that aside all ready for when I'm die cut all the flowers and leaf pieces. So I'll just bring in my little mini machine because that will work well. And actually no, I won't, just rethinking that. If I use my bigger one, can do more at once, which will be, hopefully help things along, because I do need duplicates of quite a few of them. So just pop the white ones on here, and then one on there. Actually what I'll do is I'll just cut this up a little bit, because I do find it can get a little bit marked, the cardstock, if I run it through bits that aren't being used. So run that through. As I say, if you don't want to see all this, just skip ahead. This is in Pool Party, so 4 of those floral, or the little petals. And a few of these. And actually, this is quite handy, just you take your pick tool for getting those off your acrylic sheet, or even actually this end here might work a little bit better. Scoop those off, sometimes they can get a little bit stuck. And then I need 4 petals again in this. This is Bubble Bath, and there's a little bit more white, and I need quite a few. I need 2 of those, so I need another one of those. I need 2 of those, I need 3 of those, and I need 1 more of those. And sometimes, you know, if you've got extras, I just tuck them in the envelope that comes with the die set, so then you've got them to go back to. It's always good if you've got a few extras cut. So I've got 2 of those, which is what I need. I need another one of those. Get those ones off. And then once you've done all the die cutting, it's just popping everything together then, which is quick and easy. So now this is soft sea foam, and then more white. It's quite so much this time, so I just need one more of those. I've lost my, don't know if you have that problem. Oh, it's in my hand. Seem to lose them. One more of those, and one more of those. And actually I want the, oh no, I'll do those. This is the words that I'm going to use, but I've popped adhesive sheet on the back, so I will go and do those in a minute on their own, because I do tend to go backwards and forwards a little bit when it's got the adhesive sheet. It's just with that extra layer of the adhesive sheet, it just needs to go through once or twice more. So take those off. That mess that I've created there in a minute. I'll just run these through while I'm here. So I'll just run that through once and then again. So by putting the adhesive sheet on the back of those, I've created created little stickers. And I think there was one little other die cutting job, which is on vellum. I'm going to put the love and you on these little vellum pieces, and they're actually attached to other words, but I only want those words, so I'm just going to die cut those. Vellum always makes a lovely little layer on a card, just a nice subtle extra. So I've got the love and the you. Get this out of the way. I think that's all my die cutting done, hopefully. And now it's just a matter of popping everything together. And sorting myself out, so I've got my and of course that end, if you take your pick tool, perfect for popping those out. And these two, just those little holes and those bits there, although I don't tend to worry too much, because once you take the adhesive backing off, that comes off easily. Right, so get all those pieces up there. Now the first thing I want to do is pop all the flowers together so that they have a little bit of time to dry. So bring all those in. And I tend to use just a little bit of glue, and also what's quite good is just to give them a little bit of shape, just give them a little bit of, just a little bit. Depends if you're popping it on a present or in an envelope, so it will flatten out once it's been in the envelope. So it's just a wee option if you like. So I'll just pop a little bit of glue in the middle there. See, I didn't want that to happen, but that's okay. I'll just use that. Take a little bit. You can use it on all these other ones too, because you only need the tiniest bit. Put those two together. You could mix and match if you like, just for a little bit of difference. Lots and lots of options with these beautiful florist dies. Oh, pretty put glow on that one. That was silly. Silly. It's all right. Now I'm running out. Oh dear. Let's pop a bit there and there. Then we're done. So I'll just... As I say, once the die cutting's done, it's quite simple, just popping everything together. And then also want to pop a little bit of glue on each of those. Now it's coming out beautifully. It's a good thing with glue, you can have a wee bit of a squiz around if it's not quite in the right place or it moves. So then these, I'll just bring in my tweezers. They're sometimes a little bit easier to pick these things up. With the small ones, I'm just putting that little circle in the middle. Putting that on upside down. Not that I'm sure anyone will notice, but on there. And then don't need those ones, so I'll put those in my stash. I want these ones, and you can just flick those up too if you want to. A little bit of movement on them. Just amazing what a difference it makes, just putting that little bit of white in the middle. Put that on there. These bits out of the way, and I've got that love and the U. What I'll do is just gently peel the back off those. Don't want to stretch it. If you pull too hard, you'll find it will stretch the letters, and you don't really want to do that because you just want it to sit onto here nicely. And then the same with this one. But if it does stretch out, it's perfectly fine. You can just pull it back into shape. And see, those bits came out when I pulled the backing off. There. So that's done there. So now it's just a matter of popping it and on, and those should have a bit of time, have had, oh, see, that one's not sticking. Lack of glue. So just flick those over, and I've popped these all on with dimensional, so just put one dimensional in the middle of all those. And see, that's flattened them out a bit, so you can just, oopsie, flick them up once you've got them on your card. So then bring in my card. And I tend to go and pop these on after, just tuck them in so I know where I want them to go. Let's take those middle bits out. So I've started with this soft sea foam up in the corner. And then come down to a smaller. So I've just sort of worked my way down to the right hand side of the card. Just alternating the colours and the sizes of the flowers. What you can always do, just to make sure, just pop this, you could work inwards, just then you've got a bit of an idea, but sometimes helps. It really, because that is a bit lower down. And if you haven't put your pressed your dimensionals down, you can move them. Lift that up a bit there. And then I'm going to just pop these on. So what I did with these, because the dimensional was just in the middle, there's plenty of room to tuck these under. And I want these to have a bit of a lift too, so I'm just going to take the tops off these, just these little half pieces, and then I'll just pop that onto there. Then I'm just going to tuck that in there, and this one here. So you've got plenty of room to tuck under. This one here, tuck that under here. And then I've got those last two pieces here. So this one first, it just fills in that nice gap there, and I'll just check that I've got enough room to tuck that one under. No, not quite. So just because I'm not using that hole, that's enough. And I'll just pop that. Let's pop one on the back there. Tuck that out there. Excuse me. And then it's a matter of popping these on. So that I'm just tucking in there, and all I did was just, because nobody's really looking for it hopefully, so I just got a small dimensional, just sort of tucked it sort of in there, and then just popped that. Lifted those petals, popped it on there. So it was just enough to give it a bit of lift. And then this one, what I did was put a bit of, and this dries clear anyway, just popped a little bit of glue and just followed the back of the Y. It's sitting about there. So hopefully that's just enough. Just make sure I got it straight. Just enough to sit there. And before I do the sentiment, I'll pop these on. So these are the rainbow adhesive back dots, and they're in the mini catalogue. So there are these little pool party ones. So I want one in here, one small one, one large and one small, and then I'll put a large and a small over here. Just wanted to fill in a bit of that space. And then they've got the bubble bath ones too, so work perfectly with those colours. And just a little one down here. Actually, yeah, that's fine, because I'm going to put the sentiment in there. And then just need a tiny little piece of bubble bath. I'm just going to do the sentiment, and the sentiment I'm using is just Friend from this Love For You stamp set. So I've got my little piece of bubble bath, and I'm going to emboss that. Just get the embossing kit out. So I just need my Versamark and my embossing buddy. And white embossing powder. This is a tiny, tiny sentiment. Stamp that there. So we're past Valentine's Day, but it's nice to send a friend something like this at any time. It's nice just for a little bit of a cheer, little bit of cheer in the mail. I'll just heat set this, won't be a sec. I have got tweezers that will make that a little bit easier, but it's all good. So now I just want to trim that, so I'll just get my little trimmer so that I can get a nice close trim. Or if you've got a die that works that you like to use, punch. It's so tiny. Yeah, I just want to pop that onto here. See now. And actually what you could do is just pop it there so it just holds down that U a little bit. So just pop one little half. Make sure it's on that. Put it right at the bottom so that it hopefully that will work. Just like that. And it just tucks that down. And that is my card finished. So it doesn't take too long. It's quite nice if you've watched something and do a little bit of die cutting. So thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.